Hi, thank you for joining us at Get Active Arizona, and thank you for joining our April Movement Challenge. Today we're going to start with a lower body strength training session. Only 4 exercises: a deadlift, a step up, a squat, and a glute bridge. Since this is week 1 and week 2, yes, you'll do the same routine for week 2. You have the choice to do this without any weight and just get used to staying in form and practicing the exercises correctly. Optional, you can have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, or even some water bottles or something that can add a little bit of weight if you choose. And then you will need a step, whether it's a little step stool or if you have stairs in your house, just use that first step. All right, let's start with the warm-up. We're going to start just stepping out to the sides, moving our arms back and forth. So even though we're doing strength training, don't think that we're going to be here until we burn and can no longer move. These exercises are going to be very gentle, very smooth. Step forward, arms back. And as I said, you have the option of doing them with weight or without weight. And these exercises I chose because if you are a patient here at the clinic, you know that we've probably told you at some point that you need to do squats or bridges or step ups. I'll tap back. So here we're going to put them into action. We're going to do 2 rounds of 10, right? Knees to chest and arms down. Form is the most important part of this program. I'm going to show you how to align yourself to do these exercises correctly. Keeping your form correct at all times is going to make the exercises a little bit harder. So if you don't get to 10 repetitions, that's totally fine. If you only get to 3 or 5, that's okay. What matters is that you do them correctly. What matters is that your alignment stays proper throughout the entire exercise in order to make the exercise safe and effective. All right, step out. We're going to do some breaths. Gently bend your knees. Inhale and arms up. And exhale down. Warming up our knees and our hips, our shoulders, and our spine. Breathing is an important part of every exercise that we do. So I will guide you through that. Let's warm up the spine, some gentle rotations. You don't have to go crazy here. Just twist back and forth. Warming up the spine, warming up the arms, the hips. And even though our shoulders won't be doing any active work today, if you're doing this with weight, they will be working. So always good to warm up every part of your body. All right, almost through here. Also, very important, let's just march in place for now. Very important to understand that before an exercise session, you warm up. So you do something like this. You actively warm up your muscles and your fascia. Static stretching is for after. Let's do the read. So I'm going to inhale, bring the arms up to the chest. Exhale, push them out in front, round your back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bend your knees, arms down. Inhale all the way up and exhale back down. I'll show you from the side. Inhale, arms up. Push with the exhale, round your back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bend the knees. And inhale, up. Exhale, down. All right. If you feel like you need a little bit more of a warm-up, feel free to redo this or throw in some of the movements that you know. Otherwise, we'll get started with the squat. What you want to do is to step out. Just tap your feet, shake your legs out a little bit, and then slowly come to standing in a way that feels natural to you. When you're there, make sure that your weight is evenly distributed on all aspects of your feet. Look down and see where you are. Some of you may be with a more narrow stance, with legs hip-width distance apart and the toes pointing forward. Some of you may be, like me, a little bit more wide and with the toes pointing up. That's totally okay. What matters is that when you go down, your knees don't collapse and that you keep your knees aligned with your second and third toes. So once you find your stance, let's just quickly practice. A squat is sitting back, lowering as low as you can without collapsing your knees and without rounding your back. Your back stays nice and straight. Your knees keep that alignment with the second and third toes. So if you can only lower to here, that's fine. If you can go a little bit lower, almost to parallel, that's fine as well. Just keep your knees always aligning with your second and third toes, your back nice and straight, no collapsing of any part of your body. And you sit back, keep your knees behind your toes to avoid injury. And then on the way up, you push through the heels, engage the glutes, and allow that contraction to bring you up. All right, let's do it. You can do this with your own body weight, or you can throw in a little bit of weight. If you're using weight, start slow. All right, here we go. If you are using weight, you can hold it here next to your chest. You can hold it out. Depending on where you load your squat, you'll work your muscles a little bit differently. Same thing if you're doing just body weight, you can keep your arms here, or you can put them out in front. It's up to you. All right, so find your footing. Lift your sternum to align your knees over your ears over your shoulders. Keep your shoulders back. When you're here, you inhale. Exhale, lower. Sit back. Make sure those knees don't go past the toes and they align with the second and third toes. Back straight. Push to the heels and come up. That's one. Let's work up to 10 perfect repetitions. But if you can only do 3 perfect repetitions, that's fine. If you can only do 5, that's fine too. This is 5. 6, exhale as you push up. 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. Very good. If you're using weight, make sure if you're going to put it down, make sure you do so at a level that is comfortable, or if you need to put them on the floor, make sure you go down slowly, leave it, and then come back up. Don't just throw it. That can also injure you. We don't want that. All right, tap it out a little bit. Have water somewhere next to you. Take as many breaks as you need, and we'll come back to do the step up. You're going to put your foot somewhere close to the middle of the step. So basically you don't want it here and you don't want it way out here. You want your foot to have as much surface area as possible. Now, we don't push with the back foot. Like with the squat, push into the heel of the working leg, engage that glute, and allow that contraction to bring us up. Okay, so none of this. It's a very controlled movement. Again, we're working up to 10 perfect repetitions, but work with the amount of repetitions that allow you to keep your alignment. You can do this with body weight or with a regular weight. If you're doing it with weight, you can hold it on the side that you're working or the other side for a little bit of counterbalance. If you need to, be close to a wall or have a chair next to you to help you support. We're also working our balance here. Just don't push with that arm. Still make this leg work. All right, here we go. Posture, nice and straight, sternum up. Push through the working foot, engage that glute, and up we go. Only tap the back foot when you get up, and slowly down. That's 1. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, very good, 8, 2 more, 9, 10, very good. The step up is another exercise we told many of you to do here in the clinic, so this is how we do it. This is where we get to put in practice all the things that we've taught you while you've been a patient here. All right, tap it out. We'll go into the other side right now. Place your foot. Make sure you have as much surface area to work on. About a 90-degree angle or so at the knee. Hold your weight if you're using any. Remember, you don't have to use any weight right now. Sternum up. Push through the working heel. Transfer that force to the glute. And come up. That's 1, 2, 3, only tap the back foot when you get up, and slowly come down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right. If you are starting to notice that keeping proper form makes you really work and really burn, that's a good thing. It's much more important to do the exercise slowly and with good form than it is to rush through it and risk injuring ourselves. And even if you only do 3 repetitions, you would have gotten a much better workout and will get a much better result than if you just fly through the repetitions with incorrect form. All right, next up is the deadlift. Again, you can do this without weight, or you can do it with something very light. Now, the deadlift isn't something that we usually tell people about here at the clinic, but it's a great exercise to engage the posterior chain of muscles and of fascia. So, stand about hip width distance apart, or even better, follow the alignment cues I gave you for the squat. Now, the knees have a soft bend. As you go down, they will bend, but we're not squatting, all right? We are hinching at the hip, meaning we're sending our glutes towards the back and lowering our torsos as much as they can go without rounding. So we're not rounding at the low back. We are flexing at the hips, keeping a straight back. The knees have a soft bend in them, and you lower as much as you can without losing your form. So if that means you go here, that's fine. If you can come to parallel, that's fine too, as long as you don't lose your form. Don't round your back. All right. If you're doing this with weight, this is where you also get a nice shoulder workout, a back workout, because as you lower, you need to maintain your shoulders back so you can hold the weight back. If you let your shoulders round, you're going to have much more pull from gravity here. So engage your muscles, engage those spinal stabilizers and the shoulder stabilizers to keep the weight up with your shoulders. All right, here we go. I'm going to lower, engage the glutes, and come up. 1. And slowly lower, engage the glutes, come up. Inhale on your way down, exhale on your way up. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there. 8, 9, one more. 10. Good job, you did it. If this was your first time doing a deadlift, let me know what you thought about it. If you've done it before, I hope you got some new alignment cues that might make it a little bit safer and more effective. All right, the next exercise is a bridge, so I'll meet you down on the mat. All right, here we are on the mat. Let's do a bridge. Flat down on our backs, soles of the feet in full contact with the ground. You want about your hands width distance between your glutes and your heels. You can go a little bit further out if you want, just don't be way over here and don't be way here. All right, somewhere in between is fine. So the bridge, you're engaging your glutes again, pushing the heels into the ground to transfer that force up into the glutes to lift your pelvis off of the floor. Pelvis, low back, a little bit of the mid back. All right, very slow and controlled movement, and again, this is one of the exercises we recommend a lot here in the clinic. So let's do it properly. So if you only lift to here, that's fine, as long as you engage your glutes and you're using your heels to really push into the floor to lift you. Do not push into your neck to get you up. Don't thrust up. It's a slow and controlled movement. Don't allow your knees to collapse in or out. Keep them parallel. Your hands are only there for support. They don't do anything. They don't push you. In fact, I will do this without hands. I'm going to put them back here so you can see. It's really about isolating the glutes. Here we go. Push the heels into the floor, engage the glutes, come up. 1, slowly lower. And again, 2, very slowly come back down. 3, slowly down. Push. 4, really engage those glutes. Slowly return. 5, 6, 7. Inhale on your way down. Exhale up. 8, 9, and 10. Whew. Yeah, those really burn. Maybe hug your knees in a little bit. Rock side to side. See, if you slow down a movement and you really pay attention to engaging the right tissues, the exercise will be effective. All right, that's the end of round 1. If you want, we're going to do this again. If this is it for you today, that's fine as well. This is only the first 2 weeks. So recover your breath a little bit, drink some water, shake it out, and we'll start again with the squats. Here we are again. Less talking from me this round. We're just going to go right in and do it. And again, if this is too much for you today, that's okay. You've already done pretty much 40 repetitions of these exercises, so that's great. Congratulate yourself. If you have a little bit more in you, come and join us once again, and maybe you only do half of the repetitions this round. Totally up to you. Just keep a nice proper form. Let's get straight into it. So I'm going to show you the squat from the front this time. All right, hold the weight if you're using any. Here we go. Align yourself properly. And down and up. 1, 2. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Yeah, that burns a little, right? Again, slow it down. Catch your breath. We're going to do step ups. So, you remember all the alignment cues. Sternum up, back straight, about a 90-degree angle on the knee. Push through the working heel and step up with the working glute, not with the back leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, slowly down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, 10. Whew, very good. Shake it out. Have some water nearby. Stay hydrated. Let's go on the other side. All right, here we go. Push to the front heel. Engage the working glute. Up. 1, 2, 3. Slowly down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew, very good. All right. Shake it out a little bit, and we'll do the deadlift next. Hinge at the hips. Send your glutes towards the back. Keep your back nice and tall. And if you're using weight, use those back muscles to keep the shoulders back, to keep the weight up. Here we go. Bend at the hips. Bend, bring your torso down. Engage the glutes and come up. That's 1. Inhale on the way down. And exhale on the way up. Five, 7, 8, remember, you can stay here, 9, 10. Yeah, really good. Great exercise to engage glutes, hamstrings, the entire back fascial line. All right, meet you down on the mat for the bridge. Here we are, down on the floor. Let's do the bridge. Last exercise, last round. If you've gotten this far, congratulations, congratulate yourself. All right, feet flat on the floor, about hip width distance apart. Remember, do not let your knee collapse in or out. Your hands are only there for support. Engage your glutes. Transfer that force back and forth. Here we go. 1. And if you're only lifting to there, that's fine too. Everything is okay as long as you're using the right muscles. 3. Slowly down. 4. Really use that contraction of the glutes to get you up there. Don't use your neck. Don't use anything else. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. 1 more. 10. Yes. Oh. Yeah. That burns. And I've been doing bridges for quite some time, but whew, that just tells you how effective this exercise is for the glutes. We're done here, so let's just go right into the stretching. Let's do a figure 4 stretch. So I think everyone's familiar with this one. Bring the ankle to the other knee, and then you can either stay here and just push the knee open a little bit, give you that external rotation to target the IT band or the glutes. So if this is enough for you, you stay there, or you can thread the arms on either side of the other leg and bring it towards your chest. This is pretty good. Could be a little too intense for some of you, or it could be just perfect. So find what works for you. So these are the static stretches. Remember, you stretch after a workout, you warm up more actively before the workout. Hold each stretch between 15 to 30 seconds before you go on to the next one. Slowly come out to the other side. Remember, you can stay here and give yourself just a little push, or hug your knees towards your chest. Try to keep your hips facing up, so don't collapse to one side or the other. Try to stay right in the middle. Breathe and thank yourself for this opportunity. You worked your muscles, you worked your fascia, you increased your circulation. Down. All right, roll to one side, come up to sitting. You can do this with both legs out in front of you, or you can do a half butterfly, so one leg comes in like this, the other one stays out. If this is enough for you, you stay here. Otherwise, you hinge at the hip and bring your torso towards the stretched out leg. You can also come up to a wall and use the wall as feedback, so your glutes should stay in contact with it. Just a nice quick stretch for the hamstrings and the calf. If your knee is bent, that's totally fine. Still targets the same tissues. Breathe. I'm not pushing or pulling. I'm just giving myself a gentle stretch. And come up. Bring your knee in. And do it on the other side. So back nice and tall. If this is enough, you stay here. Otherwise, you hinge at the hip. Just feel a gentle stretch in the back of that leg. Those legs really worked. Those glutes really worked. And you may be a little bit sore tomorrow. That's totally fine. Now just remember, if you're not sore, it doesn't mean you didn't work out. Just means that maybe the intensity wasn't enough for you, but that's okay. As I said, we will be increasing the intensity as the weeks go by, so no need to rush into it, especially if you're just getting back into exercise or you've been wanting to exercise but didn't really know where to start. This is a nice way to introduce you to it. All right, let's do a butterfly. Soles of the feet together. Your legs can be out here, or if you're really flexible, they can be way close to you. I'm not that flexible, so this is where I'm going to stay, but same thing. If this is enough for you, you stay. Or if you want, again, hinge at the hip and come forward. Try not to pull your feet toward you. Just support yourself a little bit lightly with your arms here. It's a gentle opening for adductors. Have an external rotation of the hips, so you might feel it on the glutes as well. Like I said, they worked a lot. All right. We have finished. Thank you for joining. Again, you will do this same routine on week 1 and week 2. On week 3, I will upload another video. It'll be the same exercises, but I will increase the intensity a little bit. We'll probably do some static holds. It'll be great. You'll like it. All right. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you tomorrow.